يا حبيبي suntem în față la Kaaba.
May divine peace and blessing be upon you all. My name is Daniel. I'm a film director, passionate about psychical and spiritual journeys. I've often felt confused living between two worlds, the tradition I was born into in Romania and the religion I choose at almost 30, Islam. My spiritual transition was quite slow. Every time I wanted to understand the reason for each ritual. I began with the 5 pillars of Islam, the profession of faith, the 5 obligatory daily prayers, 30 days of sunrise to sunset fasting on the month of Ramadan, the zakat, which means giving alms of 2.5% of your yearly income, and the great pilgrimage to Mecca. Muslims all over the world sign up for the Hajj in their youth, hoping that one day their turn will come to do the great pilgrimage. In doing this pilgrimage, I had a great advantage for being Muslim converted in a country where Muslims are a minority. I thank the Most Exalted for calling me on this pilgrimage, which to me is the fulfillment of the religion I choose. It gives me the chance to understand the meaning of this ritual. There are 2 kinds of Muslim pilgrimage, the small Umrah and the great Hajj. They are both done in Mecca, Saudi Arabia, but there are a few major differences. For instance, Umrah can be done at any time of the year and takes only a few hours. Hajj can only be done in the 12th month of the Islamic calendar. It starts on the 8th and takes 6 days. This episode will show you Umrah, the small pilgrimage. In the next one, I will share the experience of the Hajj. I left Romania with a pilgrim group led by guide Osman Dilaver. Already at the airport, he warned us we would need a lot of patience. Our route is Bucharest-Istanbul-Jeddah. It's a specific Hajj charter flight. Once the plane is in the Haram zone, we enter a sacred state, and we all start to recite the Talbiyah.
لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد ونعمته لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا.
This is repeated as often as possible on the pilgrimage, as a Muslim's response to the divine call.
Am ajuns în Jeddah la ora 2 și ceva și te topești. Serios cum o să fie mâine. Și următoarele săptămâni, cred că mă așteptăm autobuzul să vină.
About 3 million pilgrims gather in Mecca this time of the year. So, to maintain the security and order during the event, the Saudi government makes great efforts. Those who haven't yet entered the sacred state by committing to the pilgrimage and wearing the special clothing can do so at Al-Miqat, where the ritual's Al-Haram zone begins. Here, everyone must purify by ablution, and men must put on the Ihram clothing. It is made of 2 pieces of white cloth with no stitches. It signifies renouncing the world, equality, simplicity, and modesty. While they wear ihram clothing, pilgrims enter a sacred state. We keep our mind pure. We stay away from sins and anger. We remain patient. We don't hunt or kill even an insect. We don't break even a single leaf. The two sheets make me think of the white cloth I was wrapped in at birth, but also of the day of my death, when, by the Islamic tradition, I will be wrapped in a white shroud. Now, we affirm our intention to complete the pilgrimage and recite 2 units of prayer. O Allah, help me to complete the Umrah.
Autocarul, după care împreună cu grupul, inshallah, mergem la Moschea AlHaramain să facem tawaf.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
In the distance, we see the royal clock tower in Mecca. Its clock faces the biggest in the world, rise on top of a government-owned complex with museums, restaurants, hotels and shops at the entrance to the AlHaramain Mosque. It is the biggest, most important mosque in the Islamic world, with a capacity of 4 million people. At its heart lies the Kaaba, which all the world's Muslims turn to for their prayers. The Kaaba is the first temple to Allah ever built, rebuilt by Prophet Abraham and his son Ismail. At its eastern corner lies the black stone, the only piece left of the original construction and the starting points for tawaf.
Salutăm de aici, spune Bismillah, Allahu Akbar.
Bismillah,
De aici,
Allahu Akbar.
acesta este punctul din care începe tawaf.
Bismillah,
Am face de
Allahu
7 ori, rotire în jurul Kaabei. Bismillah, Allahu Akbar.
Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. Bismillah, Allahu Akbar.
Acest tawaf este la fel ca rugăciune, dar numai că este permis să vorbim.
Tawaf as a voluntary participation in the universal choir magnifying the Maker. The whole universe, from atoms to galaxies, is always turning. As we turn, we pray, recite from the Quran, and reflect on the values and purpose of this journey that is our earthly life, or dunya in Arabic. As I was circling the Kaaba, I started to feel that years too fly by like this. The crowd is pushing me from all the sides as I try to keep my courses and reflect on my life. I pray for guidance, peace, and forgiveness for myself, my family, my friends, and all mankind. I hope we learn to accept our differences and tolerate each other. I think is the only way to a better world. I've never seen such a varied multitude in one place with one goal. Many skin colors, many nationalities, many social classes melting into one. But those things don't matter. We are all actors in this film called Dunya. We claim to hold the absolute truth. We even argue for our convictions, but we will each be shown our own film after that, and only then we will know absolute truth. I came here to seek forgiveness from the one whose grace and mercy are endless. At the end of our tawaf, we prepare to leave this anthill of people. The preferred exit is the one where Abraham is said to have prayed when he finished building this temple. It is recommended to do 2 units of prayer or rakat there. On my way out, I take a cup of Zamzam water. While I enjoy it, I think of the story of this well, which saved the life of baby Ismail and his mother, Hagar. She left her baby, wrapped it in a cloth on a hot rock, and ran between the 2 hills, Safa and Marwa, in search of help and water. At her 7th round, the angel Gabriel showed her where to dig for water. There, she found a spring of clear water named Zamzam. It continues to quench the thirst of millions of pilgrims and travelers. Feeling positive and energized, I move on the next step, Sa'i. This involves running in Hagar's footsteps between the hills Safa and Marwa. We will do 7 repeats of this as well. Unlike in the ancient times, we walk on fine marble in the shade with air conditioning. It is recommended that we start from Safa and recite Allahu Akbar. In the middle, green-lit area, it is advised to walk faster or even run, as Hagar did in this once sloping area. This ritual signifies the effort man must make to fulfill the purpose of our existence.
Tunsul é obrigatório?
Obrigatório. Tunsul s-a scurtat. Tunsul, lama, la chelie la zero sau scurtatul este obligatoriu. Femei din vârful părului în dege. Allah să primească, inshallah. Allah ca haide, hotele.
May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this Umrah. The hair shortening can be done in the special areas or in the hotel room. It symbolizes renouncing all we hold dear for Allah. After it, we can take off the special clothing, ending the small pilgrimage Umrah.
Frate, cum te simți tu acum înainte de Hajj? Mai avem 2 zile, inshallah, și începem Hajjul.
Și acum mă simt, bă, nu m-am pregătit suficient pentru cât de mult înseamnă chestia asta, știi? Tu zici, bă, poate nu sunt eu care să trebuie să mă ocup acolo, poate nu sunt eu. În 2 miliarde aproape de musulmani, gândește-te să fii printre puținii care avem onoarea să fim aici și să-ți faci al 5-lea stâlp din Islam. Inshallah.
The bus ride to the hotel takes 20 minutes, but that's no problem. Public transit is highly organized. Unlike other mosques, this one has one entrance for men and women. I enjoy the time until the Hajj and often go to the Great Mosque to take in the energy I feel there. Thank you all for watching. In our next episode, we will share the unique experience of the Hajj. Please like, share and subscribe to not miss our coming episodes. May divine peace and love be upon you all.
أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله